Yes, it's a marathon, and I am back to do my recap of Married at First Sight, season 16, episode 7, Jamaican Me Crazy. Y'all, let's get into this rant. Recap. Let me get comfortable. Y'all ready? Let's do it. Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
with a whoop whoop and a boop boop.
auntie that
You can make this up. Now you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
everybody needs a sweet old auntie.
So why even bother?
Aunties and lies, sweet old auntie. Aunties and ways. Are you okay? Are you okay? Well, welcome back, y'all. And this is Auntie. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. To all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for hitting that subscribe button. To my nieces, nephews, and my members who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. I also want to shout out the new members of Auntie's Advice. We have added so many new members to us in the last week, and we are so appreciative to have you here with us at Auntie's Advice. Sit back, chat, roast, gag, drag, do whatever you want to do, but make sure you enjoy what's going on here at Auntie's Advice. Thank you. So y'all, look, this episode was full of a whole bunch of la la, and y'all know we gonna get into it. Over here, we try to keep it as real as we can about these mofos that we are seeing up on our screen, right? And sometimes we hit it, sometimes we quit it, sometimes it just is what it is. But I just gotta talk about Clint and Gina and just go ahead on and keep it 100. Gina, you got exactly what you deserved. You are sitting around here, in my opinion, and these things are my opinion, acting as if you are a victim of something that you started yourself. You threw the first shot. You started it, and Clint finished it. Point blank, period. Do not make this man apologize to all the when he stood up and apologized to everybody. I said, wouldn't have been me. They all sat there on the after show and said she is the one that brought up the fact that Clint likes this and Clint likes that. But then when he comes out and says what he wanted to say, now all of a sudden everybody brokenhearted and feeling like he's talking about their weight. If the shoe fits Cinderella, wear it. You are walking around here calling somebody a ginger. And now you want him to apologize to the whole staff, even when he went to go and talk to the boys. And Arris, like, it ain't come off the way that, maybe you should have meant to. Mofo, what about the lies you've been sitting out here lying about Jasmine, talking about you like Jasmine, and you can't even look at her in her face. But we're going to get to you. He didn't say anything, in my opinion, any worse than what she said. She may have said her stuff in the dark, and he said his stuff in the light, but guess what? At the end of the day, they both said how they felt. But you can't take the first shot and then be a victim and sit around your girls and act like you can't be read for filth. Clint and I had an opportunity to talk and everything. So, and Clint and I had an opportunity to talk. And I don't even know why Clint did not make her stand by what she said. I don't know if it was pressure or what it is, honey. I cannot do for Married at First Sight, Australia. I can't add another feather to my plate right now. But thank you, boo. That's the thing about it. If you say something, you gotta be able to take it. And she and everybody else are like Nicole. Nicole, worry about your own man. Why are you worrying about Clint? And I looked at you a different way, and I'm going to try to forgive you. Forgive him for what? Because your hips are wide? It is what it is. Most women are very aware of our bodies. And if one man's comment can destroy your whole perception and how you feel about yourself, something wrong with you anyway. Now I know y'all ain't gonna like what I said, but guess what? One man, honey, ain't no one man talking about he don't like women who once was fat and now they not, and they got hanging skin going to affect me. I got hanging skin. It is what it is when you lose weight. But she took the first shot. So let me get off of her. I just had to get that out there. Everything about Kirsten, in my opinion, is calculated. Everything that Kirsten say out her mouth is calculated and phony. Shaquille is dealing with her and he is covering her and he ain't saying nothing, but his face is telling a whole story about Kirsten. Kirsten don't really like him, and she ain't really have she slaps him in his face and then say, I'm sorry. I didn't like you at first because you was bald-headed, but now you check all the boxes. I didn't want to go to Mississippi, but you know what? I'm glad I did education. I don't like all the jokes that he tells, but we have good communication. Which one is it, Kirsten? You don't like Shaquille. You acting like you are ready to love, trying to get to be the last couple. These women come with this bull crap and this fake, phony, unrealistic expectations of what they're going to give them. Have they not watched this show for 15 seasons? Do they not know that half of the matches don't work out? As a matter of fact, what's the child's name? Miguel and Lindy are getting divorced. Shocker. Shocker. Who didn't see that coming? We predicted that when they said that they were staying together. It's no surprise to us. Ain't none of us shocked about this. She thinks more highly of herself than she ought to. And if she don't like the man, say she don't like the man. Thank you so much, Graciela Luna, for the $4.99 super chat. Auntie, you always say out loud what I'm thinking about these people. Thank you, LOL. You welcome, boo. You need to be co-hosting with me, okay? Because people be trying to go. Thank you. You know what? I think you super chatted me the last video and I missed it. Hold on. I think one of my moderators extraordinaire sent me something. Hold on, because I heard it when it went off. Yes, you did. You super chatted me on the last video. $1.99. You said, Auntie, you always said what I am thinking. Thank you so much, Graciela. Thank you, boo. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity. Thank you. It's okay. Exactly. And if she is that the bomb and fantastic, why ain't she already married? Why doesn't she have that Christian dream man that she's always wanted? Why? I believe that Shaquille is covering for her, that she is a beast with her mouth in the background. She doesn't have anything positive to say about this man, or if she says anything positive about him, it's an afterthought. It's something after the fact. Now, I'm going to tell you this next couple, Dominique, because we don't go on no certain term, y'all, if you new here. Dominique ain't stupid. But Dominique, like, there's some things about Dominique that I like, y'all, and some things that I don't. In this episode, MacKinley basically told her how he felt about her not giving him the benefit of the doubt, not appreciating the fact that he is an introverted person living in her world, and she wants everything the way she wants everything. It's either her way or the highway. He's saying, no, I don't like to do a lot of things. I haven't had a lot of experiences, but I needed someone like you who would take me out of my comfort zone and help me to experience different things in life. So she's sitting there looking stupid. Thank you so much, Never Lester, for the $10 super chat. All these couples are unevenly yo. Absolutely. Absolutely. Dana, you said, I'm tired of her. I am too. But then again, she made sense when she went to his house and he is 39 years old, living in somebody's basement, going from pillar to post. He don't have no roots in no ground anywhere. Honey, that's suspect in a mother. When we walked up, when we interviewed, hold on. When we interviewed and we first met MacKinley, when we first met him, he made it seem like he had his life together. He's this businessman. He's been doing, this, that, and the other. And then to find out that he is living like a vagabond in somebody's basement and don't have nothing of his own but pictures on the wall of his family. But yeah, he make a commitment to somebody, but he don't have no roots. Who does that? He could get up in the middle of the night at any given time and on any given day and pick up and go because he don't even have so much as a tiny home. He is living in somebody's basement, but making a lifetime commitment to Dominique. So I really believe that the things that we don't like about her is her just seeing his indecisiveness, his inconsistencies, and seeing that he think everything is a joke instead of getting serious and getting down to the biz naive. I really believe that she is seeing some things in him that we haven't seen. Y'all, I think it's some stuff going on in the background between the two of them. And I don't think that MacKinley has been on the up and up about anything about his life. And I don't even think he liked black women. He said, I dated black woman. And he said, but they don't like me. So it's his insecurities coming out through jokes. Because ain't nothing funny. But yes, she is judgy. Yes, she does demand to have things her way. Yes, he should have told her, I have been trying and you've been knocking me down. He should have told her that. But then to take me to your place and you live in somebody's basement? And I agree with you, Crystal. I don't think she's cool with this either. And her mother did everything but say she wasn't comfortable with him being white. His mama not comfortable with her being black. These are my opinions. And her mother wasn't comfortable with him being white. And wondering whether or not he was going to treat her daughter differently because of the color of her skin. So when next time when you click the box, make sure you be honest about clicking the box, because if you're not down for the swirl, don't act like it. If you're not comfortable with Rocky Road ice cream, if you're not comfortable with ice cream with chocolate swirls in it, or chocolate ice cream with white swirls in it, then you need to be upfront and say that. And I think that they both, this is their first time, the first time, I think, for both of them. Well, she ain't comfortable with him, though. Thank you, boo. I don't know about that, y'all. The mother did not seem comfortable to me. Maybe we looking at two different shows, but the mother is the one that brought that up at the wedding. I don't think that the mother is comfortable with this relationship. Y'all, I just don't. I know she's biracial, but okay. I understand what y'all trying to say, but you go back and you look at the wedding and you listen to what the mother said about this. The mother is the one that's questioning him on race. There is something that the mother isn't feeling about it. And I have not heard Dominique say she dated white men. Did y'all hear that? Am I missing something here? Because maybe I am. But I think that there is an uncomfortableness on both sides. Maybe the mother told her, you need to try something a little different than what you've been doing. There had to be a reason why the mother signed the girl up for the show anyway. But something ain't clicking and something's not right. But guess what? I could be wrong, but I could be right. There is something going on here. They are not clicking. Even the way that she looks at him with that stupid look on her face, something's going on. She's always trying to give that gracious, but her eyebrows, the twitching that's going on in her face, honey, all the way down to her toes, there is something going on. There's something fishy. There's something fishy. She does. She thinks he's beneath her. And y'all know I don't usually be in the comments like this, but I really want to see what it is that y'all have to say as well. Something's going on. And I don't believe that this is about attraction. I believe there's some underlying stuff because, honey, she has been looking for an escape. And he's looking for one as well. Trust me and believe me, both of them are looking for an escape. They're looking for a reason. And when she went down in that basement, she acted like I would have acted, except for I would have come out my trick bag and said more than what she did. She was very gracious. She was trying to give him a chance to get his together. But from my understanding, one of my subscribers sent me something and said that he had moved to, hold on, let me look it up. He allegedly, they said that he went to Wisconsin. Wait a minute, one Wisconsin. He went to one of the other locations, allegedly, and tried out for Married at First Sight at that location and didn't make it. And allegedly, he came down to Tennessee and made it to the show on that. Allegedly, this isn't his first rodeo. And that's why he's going hither and thither to these different places, because he's been chasing the show. You said San Diego? Thank you so much, Tasha J, for the $4.99 super chat. Biracial or not, she presents as Black and is obviously uncomfortable regardless of what the mother wants. I agree with you, Auntie. Thank you, Tasha J. Thank you. Shout out to Clara for always keeping me on point and giving me the tea. Tasha, it may just be me and you thinking it, but I'm telling you, this ain't simply I'm not attracted to him. It's not. But allegedly, he has been chasing this show. So he don't have no roots. Because if he hadn't made it in Tennessee, then where's the next filming of Married at First Sight? And here's the thing. When he said he's Irish up there talking to Dr. Calvin, he was talking about how accomplished he was. He had it going on. And he is living on someone else's furniture in someone else's house. No. No, ma'am. No, sir. There's something fishy going on here. And we will see. Oh, yeah, we gonna see. Chris and Nicole are kicking it. They're happy. They have this false sense of love and falling in love. Do I think they're going to make it? Yes. But then he gets a crisis. And I'm not going to stay on this couple long because it ain't a lot to say about them right now. Other than the fact I believe that they trauma bonding. I believe that from day A of the honeymoon, they have been trauma bonding over some bad relationship, some horrible split up, and now they trauma bonding over dogs. I have heard some content creators say all kinds of manner of stuff about Chris and Nicole. and about the dog thing. Let me just say this. This girl, Nicole, stepped up to the plate because she has an education that only a person who owns multiple dogs knows about. You're a mother. You may be a father. And you got 2 kids. And some go down with you. You move in with your boyfriend, your fiance, or your husband. And they tell you in order to sign a lease, one of your kids can't come. You got 2 kids, your boyfriend, girlfriend, or whoever got 1, but this lease say only 3, 4 people can live in the house. You got to separate the 2 that came up together. So 1 got to go to grandma, 2 got to go to grandma. You got to send your kids away. That's what dogs are. There is a law in certain states where if 2 dogs come in from the same household, they can't even be adopted out with and separated. I have 2 animals, Twyla and Maisie. 1 3 and 1 4. We already know that once my daughter moves, they got to move together. They can't be split because they have been raised together. And for some people, dogs are their children. Whether you like that they call it four-legged animals, children, to some people, that's their kids. But if you are a pet owner, you know that 2 kids, 2 dogs cannot be separated. Some dogs have died being separated from the other one. Would you want somebody to separate your kids because at least say only 2 kids can be in the house? You want them to separate yours? If you don't know something, shut the fuck up. Now, was he traumatized? Hell yeah. Because having these 2 dogs together, if one goes outside, bitch, I'm going to take my time. If Maisie goes out to use the bathroom, Twyla is ballistic. She runs to every window. If she's out of her sight, she's running back and forth until she can see her again. When she comes back in, she all in her face and up in her crack of her ass. And when Twyla goes out and Maisie can't, it's the same thing. They go to daycare together. They sleep together. Every now and then they'll separate, but they are bonded. So for him to be devastated like that, now maybe he was a little bit too damn emotional, but bitch, when you got 2 animals, you know the bonding that they do. Animals suffer from separation anxiety. And when another dog is in the house, they bond with each other and it reduces their separation anxiety. Twyla used to tear her nose up before we got Maisie if she even had to go in the crate for 5 minutes. Same thing with Maisie. They can't be separated. If Nicole understands dogs and wants to make the sacrifice and say, I understand that's like separating 2 kids. Do you remember Color Purple? Celia and Natty? You and me will never part. Do you remember that? It's the same trauma that animals go through. We can't separate these dogs. When Maisie went away for 7 days, do y'all remember that? Maisie went away to be trained because she had gotten aggressive at daycare. Twyla was depressed the whole time. Maisie was traumatized the whole time in that madhouse, but she had to learn. And that was just for 7 days. And this experience is 8 motherfucking weeks. So if you don't know about animals and you don't have a pet that ain't tied up in the back of your yard, you don't have a right to say about that. And if that woman wants to tell him, I will sacrifice, I only got one dog. I know about bonding of animals, so I'm going to sacrifice my one for your two. Then that's her decision to make, to support her man. You can tell people who ain't never had animals because they say ignorant. Ignorant as a mother. Won't even do your research. You just gonna come out here and make a statement about that. I understood exactly where he was. And maybe that's because I'm a loving pet owner. Even when an animal dies, one of the animals dies, the other animals grieve. She sacrificed for her man. Have you sacrificed for yours? There's a content creator out here that I want to cuss out so bad that I just want to go ham on her. Because she's an ignorant. She's ignorant. And I wish I had known. She don't do no research. She don't look up. None. I'm trying to hold my peace. Thank you, Monique King, for the $5 super chat. Spot on, Auntie. These comments have been beyond insensitive towards Chris. That was his initial reaction. If you know the love, you know the love. Absolutely. We already have it in writing, my daughter and I, that these animals cannot be split up. I was going to adopt an animal out of the shelter and I could not because the two dogs were already bonded together and had to be adopted as a couple. And that's just like when you do kids. And I know some of y'all saying your kids ain't compared to dogs. If it's your baby, it's your baby. When I lost Boo Boo, I was devastated, like that was my child. You're going to criticize this woman because she understands. You are ignorant ass person. Y'all, that's my opinion. Y'all entitled to y'all. I don't want y'all not to give y'all opinion, but I'm telling you from a person who know, from deep down in their soul that know. You can't separate animals like that. And that was his devastation. That's what you saw. You would see me the same way in the membership if I had to separate Twyla and Maisie for any reason. For a long term, 8 weeks. We barely did it with Maisie for 7 days. I called the man and was like, can I come back and get her early? Nicole did the right thing. Yes, is it going to be a sacrifice? Absolutely. It's going to be a sacrifice for her. But she understood. And she said, I got one, you got two. And because of that, she won the heart of this man. See, there's many ways to win a heart of a man. There's many ways to win a heart of a woman. And sometimes some of us are willing to sacrifice to win the heart of our man. It don't make us cheap. It don't make us hungry. It don't make us ignorant. It don't make us pygmicious. It doesn't make us desperate. It doesn't make us stupid. And it doesn't make us the head of the household. Because the Bible says submit one to another. And the way you pop off and come out of your mouth, you don't seem submissive at all. I think you're fake. Sure do. And I'm hoping that nothing ever happens in your marriage. Because, honey, your whole platform will be a motherfucking joke. So you talk too much. If your whole life and existence is around your husband, don't let nothing happen. I don't pray nothing happen. I pray it don't. Because, bitch, the apologies, the backpedaling and pussy popping you would have to do. Last but not least is Arris and Jasmine. He don't like this girl. He wondering how the hell she even got a beauty crown. He wonder. Yup. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. That would be 100. Yup. Sure did. Sure am. Honey. Auntie. And let me cross my legs like a lady. So anyway, Arris and Jasmine, he don't like her. He don't like her at all. At all. He says she sees him as a 12, but he sees her as a 4. But then he sits in front of his colleagues and his friends and lie. And they almost jumped up Chris and Shaquille, who everybody think Chris is slow. Ain't nothing slow about Chris. Okay, bloop. Mm-hmm. 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 It's taking everything I have to shut my mouth. It's taking everything I have to shut my mouth and not just go off in a rant. So y'all, let me get through this. Let me get through this. Okay. Girl. Ignorant. He don't like her. He's not attracted to her. And he done basically told her. But she's telling herself something else. She's telling herself something different. Because every time he tell her, I don't like you, I don't see you like that, she makes an excuse for him. And honey, he said he ain't never been in love. He ain't been in love, and you're not the love doctor. You're not Cupid with a bow. You probably will not be the first one that he's in love with. And at the end of the day, it ain't your responsibility to change that mother. He is who he is. He has said several times out of his mouth, she done won pageants. What he isn't saying is how. That's all he's not saying. He can't understand why she won him. He don't see her being attractive or having a nice body. He see thick girls. He want a thick girl. He don't want her. He don't understand it because of her bottom teeth. He don't understand how she smiled with a crown on her head and a sash around her torso. Let's just go ahead and keep it all the way 100. And she's sitting up there kissing his eyes. She rubbing him. She feeding him. The only thing she ain't doing is she mad because she said he told everybody that he was going to be rocking me and laying me back and breaking my backbone. And guess what? He ain't. So she's disappointed. And now, you know what? She's making it about her. Well, this ain't about her, you. This is about him. And then the cousins that she didn't respect what they were saying and came in there with a hard time. Your cousin said you got to pull it out of him. You ain't got to pull nothing out of him if you was attractive. If you was the one that he wanted. If he was even remotely attracted to you, wouldn't have to pull nothing. He sat at that table and he's saying one thing in her face and another thing behind her back. He is comfortable sitting up there with all, and when she sat on the after show, she's seen it for herself. And so you can't excuse his behavior. And then on the after show, they had the audacity to have Stasia on it, and her and Nate just broke up, and she giving a month advice about being patient and listening. Bitch, if you don't, you better don't. Why would they ask her anything about marital advice and being, I can't. He is telling her. So she, at the end of this, when she broken, she can't say he tell her. The only thing he not telling and being honest about but the school is the school. But he told her, I see you as a friend. Now that can change over time sometimes, but very rarely does it for a man. When a man puts you in a friend zone, you in that to stay. He can have sex with you. He can flip you. He can rub you down. He can take care of the box. He can do whatever. He can licky licky. He can sticky sticky. He can do all of that. But you gonna be a friend. You gonna be in that zone. Okay, yes, you absolutely right. When he said that, because that's what friends are for. You right, Jasmine. That's what friends are for. Who wants to be in a relationship like that? Who? He know he could use her for that. And I'm going to tell you what's going to really mess up her world is that she's going to probably 9 times out of 10 have sex with him. But don't y'all know that that don't equate to love? She wants him to love her, and she knows deep down in here that he's incapable of doing so, especially for someone he sees as a friend. When they went to his house was nice. He got his life set up the way he wanted. There was no room in that house that would make a woman feel comfortable or welcome in his home. She living in an apartment, he living in a whole ass house. When they went to their little mutual living place, set up for 8 weeks for this experiment, he told her everything in a box to the left is mine. You ain't gonna walk up in this with no shoes on. Make sure you email, text, send all your friends Morse code, bitch, that they gonna have to take their shoes off. All my stuff is over here. My stuff is neat. I'm particular about my stuff. And guess what she said? After I saw his shoe cases, I was like, yeah, I could give him closet space. It didn't make a difference if you did or you didn't. Because he has already proven he's metrosexual. Then I'm up. Everything has to be in the right spot at the right time, doing the right thing. He don't care about you because what he see you as is a roommate, not a life mate. He don't see it. But you think you're going to be the one to change him. His cousin, who everybody accused of wanting something more out of her cousin, was trying to tell that mother that he wasn't ready. She also was trying to tell her, boo, you don't know what you're getting into. You answering these things with pageant answers. And I'm going to tell you, reality, being with my cousin is going to smack the dog out of you. And I'm telling you, it is. And she going to wish that she had listened to that cousin and that she had gotten close with her, or at least have a relationship where she can communicate with her and find out really where she was coming from. See, we always discard what another woman is saying, and it always got to be jealousy or she want him for herself. How about this could be, look, sis, I'm trying to help you out. Instead of you rejecting the information, take an opportunity to be a sponge. What you don't need, wring it out or wrench it out, as they say in the South. Wrench it out. Let the sponge sit for a minute and dry out. But at least try to get some of the information. Be a sponge. Wash up, clean up the area. Wrench out what you don't need and dry up. I think so too, K-Love 92. But you at least got to listen and not be guarded and like the cousin said, ready with an answer every time, because some things you just don't have the answer to. Some things you don't have the answer to. You can learn a lot from a dummy. Okay. Anyway, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to do my thing. I love y'all to pieces. Y'all have a great night. Members, be looking for me tomorrow. We got some things to discuss. We got some things we need to talk about. Plus, I owe y'all a video. Thank you to everybody who super chatted. Thank you to everybody who excused my little rant that went left. But one thing I ain't going to do, I ain't going to be fake, phony, or lie to you. I ain't going to do it. I ain't going to do it. Thank you to my moderators who always keep the room nice and safe. Love y'all.